Well, this is the second day of Chickamauga, legendary difficulty, and this is the army. I did try to bring in 2-star units. It didn't work. I wasn't happy with that. So I'm bringing in my 3-star units. Here you can see them. Most of them are in really good shape. Bringing in a sniper, and then 3 20-pound parrots and 3 10-pound parrots. That's first corps. Second corps, you're going to bring in 15 units. I'm bringing in a couple of 2-star infantry, hopefully get them some valuable experience. Two Lamottes, 3-star Cav. As you can see, these guys are really good. 2 scoped snipers, 1 non-scoped, and the guys in 4th Division won't come in. They're just there to make sure that 3rd Division does come in. So 15 units will come in 2nd Corps. I had to do this a couple times because the enemy comes in 2 places and he just absolutely routed in all kinds of weird directions, and it was like I was herding cats. It became really frustrating. And yeah, over here the guys routed through my lines and behind it and went to the southern edge of the map. It was just a disaster. So I had to reload, trying to keep most of the enemy units like routing the direction I wanted them to route in. So yeah, this is good. All 3 infantry units are coming down. Now, they still route in weird directions. Like one of these guys is going to route from here to my victory location, the flag, in the far south. But almost everybody goes where I want them to go or close. So the big thing here is keeping these guys contained. There are going to be 2 batches of guys come in on the left, and I just want to keep them contained. Like, I don't care about capturing them. I just want to keep them contained. So I take a shot with the one guy, and then you see I fall back, because if you get too close, everybody will start routing south. So, again, it's really hard to keep these guys, where you want them. So, and where I want them is just in a pocket. Same thing here. I'm trying to get my guys around behind his line and then get him to route in the direction that I want him to. Yeah, I'm having the guy run. As you can see, I'm having the guy run because his unit is trying to route along the edge of the map as he does. So I had to run away from him, put my unit on hold fire, and then run away from him. Okay, now I have enough space, and I'm not pushing from the right. Maybe I'm pushing a little too much on the top. That guy should fall back, but I have the only cover that I have right there. So, just try to get him contained. Okay, pop a detached skirmisher. Hopefully that'll stop him. Have the other guy who came in from the far right, have him come in, and then these 4 units hopefully contain this group and the next one too. Okay, he stopped routing. That's good. Yeah, again, just shots. These are 3-star units, just shots. Okay, he's moving to the south, but yeah, I'm moving the one guy out of there altogether because there's another group coming in, but also maybe the guy's moving south. I want them to go back north. I don't want them to go to the south edge of the map. I want them to just stay where they are because there's another batch coming in, and I'd like to just shoot at all of them in the same place. So get Schultz out of there. Okay, first thing we want to do is kill the artillery, obviously. Okay, now I'd like to drive the whole batch to the right. It's not going to work. One of them is going to refuse to go. He's going to want to go to the left instead and go across the entire map. So that's just how it goes. Yeah, this is all going fine, except the guy who is like the guy who's the most left is going to want to keep going left. And I see that's going to happen. Now look at that. The open space for him right there between my units, that's where he's going to want to go. So I'm going to lose him. That's the nature of this battle, and things just do not go well. The enemy just this whole battle, enemies just retreat in weird directions. I could have done a better job of using detached skirmishers to help corral this guy better. Yeah, he's way too large. He's in melee, but he's not going to surrender. So but the good news is up to the north things are going sort of okay, not great. Okay, he decides to attack my detached skirmisher. So I have to stop pursuing him and worry about these two guys. Then I'll worry about this other guy later. Oh no, it's not that guy. It's this guy who goes on a rampage through my lines. I forgot about that. The first guy goes to the right edge of the map, although he goes there in a really weird way. So that's actually where I wanted him to go. I forgot about that. Yeah, my detached skirmishers like keep pushing him in the direction I want him to go. The guy to the right, he's basically going the direction I want him to go. This guy, yeah, he's encircled, but I guess there are more guys now to the right than to the south. He's the guy who's going to think, oh yeah, I just need to walk the entire way across the map. Yeah, there he goes. He's going to begin a long journey trying to catch him, but don't really want to charge because these guys have a lot of fighting to do and they'll just be exhausted. Yep, and there he goes. And is he going to go to the north? No. He's going to want to go south. Because of course you would. You would just start marching south. There's a victory location there, so let's just go there. So he's able to contain these guys on the left. And now two of his units are where I wanted them to end up. I wanted all three of them to end up there. So those guys are dead. It's just a matter of, harvesting kills, basically. I only need 2 units, maybe, to kill them. I'll send the other guy north. There's another unit that's going to come down from the north. And I send 1 unit to chase after this guy who I don't know where he's going. Okay, here's another batch coming in. Thomas's Corps. So I have him adequately surrounded. I just need to adjust a little bit, and we'll keep... And that's what I wanted to do, just keep everybody here and keep my guys in good cover and just keep firing. Yeah. Now this is the guy who came from the far north. He's walked across the map, and he's now charging my units here, and my units just pound him. So I detach skirmishers just to hit him a few more times. Now my units have to go down there without detached skirmishers, but that's okay. They'll just take a few more losses. Lane is up there. I maybe could have done a better job of containing him. He's going to now drift off to the right. Because of course he would. He would just go to the right. This is like herding cats, man. This whole battle is like just herding cats. It's just... And the units... If you can contain them, it's all good. And if you can't, it's just... There's nothing you can do. That guy's down to 900. These guys are being shot to pieces. I'm going to get 10 minutes to shoot these guys to pieces, and then we're going to get out of here. Captured the supply wagon. I'd like to kill the general. Two minutes. We're not going to get them. That's fine. I'm going to let them go. I have one unit that's too far to the left. I should have had him get out of there. I didn't realize that his units were going to spawn right on top of me. Yeah, that's a disaster. He gets flanked and routes. But that's okay. We'll get out of there. Notice I had the 3 units start to get out of there with about, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 minutes to go. So I'm going to set up a defensive line. Yeah, this guy just keeps hanging on. He just can't kill him. He just keeps hanging on. So my sniper will get a few shots at him. We're just going to bleed these other guys. We have plenty of time. We have plenty of time in this battle. There's no reason to rush at all. There's absolutely tons of time. Yep, we just patiently chop these guys. One of the units retreated the upper part of the map. He retreated across the bridge. He comes back across the bridge every once in a while. He doesn't do any damage. He just takes a shot and then retreats back across the bridge. So my firing arc covers about halfway onto the bridge. So my unit that came in as a reinforcement, I brought him over here and I have him get into melee. And he shatters the guy. He didn't lose hardly anything. More than 10 to 1. So where's this guy across the bridge? I'd like to kill him. Okay, there he is. So put my detached skirmisher in cover. Bring the infantry unit up. Got into melee over here. That guy just won't die. So I have everyone else forming a nice defensive line, waiting for all this to settle down, bring reinforcements in. Having my units rest, he finally shatters. That guy was a nuisance all morning. It's now 11:40. That guy was a nuisance all morning long. So my units that did some fighting will now get moving once they recover condition. Again, we have tons of time. Of course, what we want to do is get around behind the enemy position and encircle them. You could do it better than I'm about to do it. And I'm not really sure once I get there how I want to, finish the enemy. Finally, that guy shatters. Finish the enemy off. I was really torn because of where the victory locations were. I couldn't like figure out, do I attack in the north and drive them south, or attack in the south, drive them north? You know, I couldn't figure out which one would work best. So good luck to you in your game figuring it out. Okay. Yeah, so many things go wrong in this part of the game. He has a skirmisher unit somewhere behind my lines. And I can't find him. I mean, his skirmisher is running around behind my lines, giving visibility on my units. Finally, I find him and kill him, but yeah, so. Yeah, knowing what I know now, I would probably want to take my corps commanders and look for that look for that skirmisher sniper unit. I don't want to move my artillery forward of where it is now until I know where his guys are. He has a lot of artillery, but it's all concentrated in one small area. Oh, that's good. I just should have gotten visibility on those artillery units and not attracted his attention, because I could have killed a couple of artillery, and then there are a couple more. So there's at least two right here I could have killed without getting into combat, but I saw it as an opportunity to shoot him up and, you know, get an advantage. But really, I should have just focused on killing him because he has so many guns right there. Yeah, here is his artillery, which for some reason he has moved forward, which makes no sense. Yeah, see, there's another battery of 350. It's hard to see in the video. But yeah, he actually wiped out my detached skirmisher. He had so much killing power between his artillery and his infantry, he actually killed it. I can't remember the last time I lost a detached skirmisher, and then you're just out. You don't get to use detached skirmishers for that unit the rest of the battle. So yeah, his artillery is no joke. He has, I forget how many guns. It's a lot of guns. Okay, this guy to the north, he routed fairly easily, and he's going to want to go to the right side of the map all the way to the upper right-hand corner, where it will take a very long time for him to die, which will be a waste of time for two of my units. Yeah, I think better of it, and I decide to just back out of there and maybe just get visibility on his artillery. Like I can see two batteries here. Maybe I'll just let my artillery blast away at his artillery for a while. Keep my units out of sight. Yeah, I should have let that guy in the south return to that position a couple of times, because he ends up being real annoying too. He goes to the far left and sits in the corner, and I lose 2 more units babysitting him. His skirmisher, I found him, and he's going after my supply wagon. So I finally get units to the north, around his flank, and his flank in the far north collapses easily. This guy in the corner, he's dead. This guy in the south, he's going to be pinned in a corner. I don't want his cav unit escaping. So fortunately he retreats back where he came instead of going through my line. And we don't trip the flag. That's the important thing. So my cav unit kills the skirmisher unit, recaptures the supply wagon. It's all good. These 2 units capture this guy, make him pay for wasting my time. This unit thinks is in the south, and he wants to retreat south for some reason. My sniper's over there to kill his artillery. And what I decided to do is go ahead and push on these guys. This is the northern part of the line. But just push on the top part and see what happens. I think I take some losses here, but it's not too bad, and it does really degrade the enemy. My artillery is taking out his artillery. I have good visibility on his guns right now. You don't see it, but I have my cav like going everywhere, like where it might be needed. Okay. Yeah, he's about to lose his final few guns. Here's an infantry unit in the open. That Lamotte's does a really good job on him. I think he's about to lose his next to last battery. It's taken a while, but I'm getting around his position. The guy in the far south is still there's still a guy in the corner. 2 of my infantry units are just pounding on him. He's dying slowly because he's in the woods. Yeah, there was another infantry unit that got around, retreated off to the left early on, and I lost sight of him. But bad news for him is there's 2 cav units right there, and 2 snipers. So I'm going to hit him with 2 Lamottes. Now he decides to charge with his cav that I've been keeping an eye on, but my sniper takes him out. He has another infantry unit up to some mischief, but I have a sniper over there. Look at his unit just melt. That was neat. Let's do that about 10 more times. That's what those cav units are for. That's what I use them for. Anyone who like pops out of my encirclement, they get the cav. First they'll get snipers, then they'll get cav. I've moved my artillery up a little bit to fire exploding shell. Now we'll try to wear these guys down. Hit them from all directions. Let the artillery... I have 3 hours. So at this point, the artillery can fire for a couple of hours and just degrade these guys. Detached skirmishers can lower their morale. This guy thinks he wants to charge. Yeah, bad idea. Yeah, 3-star units hitting from all directions. Just killed his commander. I don't think he has any more. He has no artillery, so I'm moving all my artillery up to hit him with exploding shell. Those two guys in those fortifications in the south are pretty tough. The guys who were in the south, around the victory location, they just folded right away. But I have 2 infantry down there just to make sure he doesn't like start to move south. Okay, we're starting to get notices of surrenders. Yeah, I just want to hit units from like several different directions. That guy in the center, in the fortification, prepared position, he just did not want to give up. Yeah, now I got him. You know, anybody who thinks they're going to come out of this, I've got Cav right there. No, nobody's coming out of this. There's one last guy, and he finally gives it up. So got them all. Now, there's supposed to be 4,000 tomorrow. Doesn't happen. I'll show you what happened. That was actually a fairly bloodless day. It took a lot of time, and it was frustrating to keep everybody contained, but we got them all. And took a ton of micromanagement, which I edited out. But we got it done, and it was actually very inexpensive in terms of losses, mainly because mostly 3-star infantry hammering on the enemy the whole time. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you for the last day in the next video.